So today I want to talk to you guys about the key people that are involved in a real estate transaction. When you buy or sell a home, you may not realize how many people and how many steps are involved in this process. So I want to give you a quick overview of some of the people that are involved in helping close a successful real estate transaction. The first one is obviously your realtor, your real estate agent, but I did want to quickly delineate between a realtor and a real estate agent because a lot of people in the general public use those terms interchangeably, and not every real estate agent is a realtor. In order to become a realtor, you need to join a national association, your state association, and your local association. You pay dues to be a part of that membership, and then you're also held to certain professional standards in terms of continuing education, ethics, accountability. So a realtor is really someone who is professional enough in the business to be able to pay those dues and to be willing to be held to those ethical standards. Whereas sometimes someone may hold a real estate license, but they're not active full-time in the business and they don't see the value in paying those dues. So there's a difference between a realtor and a real estate agent. That's one good thing to know. You do want to work with a realtor. We are held to a higher standard. And then there's going to be two realtors involved in your transaction. So you're going to have a buyer's agent and you're going to have a listing agent. And sometimes you'll have one agent that will represent both sides. That's called dual agency. I have a video about that. I have represented both buyer and seller in transactions before. If possible, or ideally, it's better for each party to have their own representation. You can just negotiate harder. You can really represent your client to the best of your ability versus trying to, be in the middle and kind of make everyone happy. It's a difficult position to be in, both ethically and legally. So they're going to have two agents. A listing agent's going to represent the seller, and a buyer's agent's going to represent the buyer. Now, if you're buying a home for the first time, most likely what you've done is hopefully you've used a mortgage calculator, so you have some idea of what your down payment would look like and what your monthly payments would look like before you start looking on Zillow. But a lot of people will start looking for a property that they like online first before they actually talk to either an agent or a mortgage broker. So what you'll do is you'll see a house that you like online, it's having an open house, or you're driving in the neighborhood, and you'll stop by and talk to the agent that's holding the open house. Most of the time, not always, but most of the time it's going to be the listing agent that is there holding the open house. And they're a great resource to know all about that property. They represent the seller, they're very familiar with it, and that's great. And you may build a rapport with that person, and then they follow up with you afterwards, and then that person can become your buyer's agent. When you are represented by a buyer's agent, it doesn't cost you anything. So don't be afraid if you're starting the process of searching for a home to talk to an agent and to interview several and find one that works with your personality and gives you the attention that you want. I mean, you don't want someone that's just going to set you up on an MLS search and wait for you to pick a home and they just open the door for you. That's not the purpose of a buyer's agent. A buyer's agent is your advocate. They negotiate for you. If you work a full-time job, your buyer's agent is looking for property for you all day, every day. That's the buyer's agent's job. So you want to really choose someone that is going to click with your personality, but also has the work ethic and the follow-up to really represent you well and give you good service. So it doesn't hurt to talk to a couple of buyer's agents and see who's going to be a good fit for you. If you do want to work directly with the listing agent to make an offer on that specific property and you don't have your own representation, you can work directly with the listing agent, but it's good to get that third-party advice, maybe from a real estate attorney or an agent that that would be willing to help you out a little bit. Okay, so you have two agents in the transaction. Then you have the title officer and the escrow officer. Those are two people that once you get your offer accepted, what you're going to do is open an escrow account, or your real estate agent will open an escrow account. That's where you're going to put your deposit, and that's where the loan funds will go, and that's where the money gets transferred to the seller. So in a real estate transaction, there's no money exchanged hands outside of escrow. everything is done through escrow, which is a neutral third party that holds that money until the contract that money is associated with is fulfilled. And then you have your lender, which is also, other than the realtor, in the shopping stages of buying a home, the most important partner that you have in this transaction. Some people will start working with a realtor first, and then they get pre-approved and start working with the lender they like. Some people get the pre-approval first, and then they find a realtor that they like. Either one is fine, but you do need to get pre-approved before you start actually going and looking at the properties with your realtor. And that's because you don't want to set yourself up for disappointment. If you are not sure exactly what you qualify for, sometimes $50,000 in purchase price can make a big difference in what you actually get. If you're looking for a condo in the $400,000 range, you might be able to get 15 minutes closer to work for $450,000, but you don't know that until you get pre-approved. A good mortgage broker is your partner long-term as well. So it's someone that you build a relationship with, just like your realtor, and you can stay in touch with that person, and they continue to help you with your financing needs for as long as you have a good relationship with them and they're in the business. Eventually you're going to want to refinance your loan, so even if you don't sell, your mortgage broker is someone you can go back to and work with them and just see, hey, are my rates better now? Is there things out there for me that would help me? And then at some point, if you want to buy an investment property, your mortgage broker is also the person that you want to talk to about what those numbers would look like. And, you know, and getting together with you, your mortgage broker, and your realtor, that is a great meeting to have for all of you guys to get together in person and talk about what your goals are and how those two people can come together to help you. So that's the major players in a real estate transaction. If you guys have any questions about that, feel free to send me a message, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.